Hey everyone! Hey, hey, hey! Happy Hump Day! Anybody else crazy excited that the little camel commercial came back? I love that commercial so much. Makes me so happy. So I am excited to do a little stamping with you today. I'm gonna go ahead and check on my... Hi, Denise! I'm gonna go ahead and check on my Facebook page to make sure we're up and running, and then I'll get you situated so you can see my stamping. Let's see if it's there. Oh, it is, yay. Okay, so I should be able to see comments over there. Whoops, let's turn down the volume. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get us situated here and move the camera down. So let me flip this around. Hi, Reba. All right. So, crazy cold weather. So it's perfect weather for a little stamping. It's actually not too cold yet, but it's going to be soon. I can't tell if on my screen if that is really dark. Let me see how it looks when I get it on the computer here. Oh, it doesn't look too bad. Hi there. Hi from Charlestown. All right. Glad you guys are finding me. Hello, hello. We're gonna do a little stamping. How's the lighting, everybody? How's it look? On my phone, it looks really dark. But I can't tell on... Hi, Gail. I can't tell here. I'm trying to look at it at my computer, too, at the same time. But it seems to have frozen up here. There we go. Okay. How are we doing? Hi, guys. Hi, hi, hi. How's the lighting? Can you guys see everything okay? It looks like it's okay. I can't tell. A little glare. Yeah, that's just because the light's reflecting off of this, but it should get better. So hopefully, how's this? Is that better? Without that there? All right. Sneak peek of some of the cards we're making. Yay! All right. I'm glad you guys are finding me. So I'm super excited to bring back the Facebook Lives. I was doing them for a while. Hi, Tiffany. And then I stopped doing them just because of some health stuff at the end of last year. And now I'm ready to jump back in. So every Wednesday, and I was gonna do some in the afternoon and then just do the workshop class on the last Wednesday of the month at night, but I'm thinking I may do them all at night just because it's better for everybody involved, probably, including myself. So we'll see, but definitely every Wednesday, I'm going to shoot for 8 p.m. Every Wednesday, we'll be doing a little Facebook Live. The last Wednesday of the month will be a class. We'll actually do 3 cards together on the last Wednesday of the month. And the other Wednesdays, we'll just do a really quick project, so it'll probably only be like 10-15 minutes or so. But this one, we're going to go through all 3 of these cards. So I'm featuring the Hello Cupcake stamp set today. And I am going to do the Frog stamp set next month. This is the So Hoppy Together. This is going to be our featured stamp set for the February 27th class at 8 p.m. And I do have a sneak peek. So if you order before tomorrow at the end of the day using this host code, the NR92PDYJ, you'll get the kits to stamp along with me next month for free. So just make sure you use that code. Unless your order is 150 or more, then don't use the code because then I'll automatically send it to you. But I'll give you a little sneak peek. Here's one of next month's cards. So we'll be featuring the Little Hoppy for You stamp set. So if you'd like to stamp along with me next month, just make sure you use that code at checkout. And it's jenpitta.stampinup.net. Tonight I don't have any, I didn't ship any products out to you, so we're just going to stamp together so you can kind of just see the finished samples. But next month we will have some kits to go out to. So this is going to be our first one. I'm using, like I said, the Hello Cupcake, which is one of the Sale-A-Bration items. So you can earn this one for free with a $50 order. And I also paired it with, so what I like to do is I like to pull my color scheme first. So the colors that I'm using today are the Gorgeous Grape, the Coastal Cabana, I threw in a little crumb cake because you know I love my crumb cake, and then Melon Mambo. And the color scheme actually came right from the paper, the How Sweet It Is designer series paper. And I have to admit, this was not one of my favorite papers when I first got it. It's a little bit kiddish, and it's got some really big patterns like this one and this one. So it was not my favorite, but if you turn them over, all of them have some really nice options front and back. So you can kind of see you've got some really cute options. These, I believe, will be cut out by the dies. There's dies that match, so you can kind of coordinate that. But what I love about the paper is that we've got options. So you can do the less childish kind of version, or you can do more kiddie kind of. It would be great for like birthday invitations for kids, or if you're going to do like a candy themed party or something, this would be fantastic. But I chose to use more of the subtle stuff, but I pulled the colors straight from this paper. So that's a little tip for you. If you're stuck on a color combination, just pick one of the papers you like and pull the color scheme from there. So that's what I did, and that's what we're going to use for tonight. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first card up, we're using the Whisper White. I used the thick Whisper White, and I cut this at 4 1/4 by 11. So hey Gil! So we're gonna go ahead and start with that. And I cut out in advance this lovely little scalloped edge. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but this is a great one for scrapbookers. So if you're a scrapbooker, this is fantastic because it makes a great little side piece for a photo or for a border. It also obviously works great for a card, but it's part of the Seasonal Layers Thinlits, and this is super popular with all my scrappers. This one has that fantastic little Adirondack chair, and it also has that little scallop piece. Not to mention some really cute little snowflakes, which hopefully I won't need anytime soon, although I'm assuming sometime not in the not too distant future we'll be getting some of that. And then you got some leaves as well and some really good, nice flowers. So it's a really good all occasion kind of die set if you want to use it for, particularly for scrapbookers. But anyway, that's where I got that from. So let's go ahead and take this piece. It does have some indentation on it to give it a little bit of texture, so you want to make sure that's facing the table. Actually, no you don't, because I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to put it face up, and I'm going to actually turn my designer series paper over and just put a little bit of tape along the edge of that. And then I can pick that up. And I did cut this piece a little bit longer than I need. So we'll do that. And I did that intentionally, actually, because it's easier to trim it off. But I want to do that before I wrap it with some ribbon. So let's go ahead and trim it now. Cut that off. So now I can see it's nice and straight. And then I'm going to take some Whisper White Baker's Twine. Oh, I had some of this open, but it's in the other room, so we'll just open another one. All right. And if you are so inclined, I'd love it if you share this video today. Share it with anybody you think might enjoy some crafting time. I've been holding at like 800 fans on my page for like, it seems like forever. So I'd love if you wanted to share it, if you like this video, if you enjoy watching, I would really appreciate that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to wrap this, and I'm going to wrap it 3 times just because it's super thin, so I want some texture. I'm going to go ahead and wrap that. Awesome. Thank you, Nicole. I think moving forward, we'll probably, I didn't plan well enough, but we'll have to do some prizes for that. Maybe I actually have, I'm sure I can find something in here that I can reward you for sharing, because it's only the right thing to do. All right, so let's go ahead and tie this. And like I said, I always, if you watched any of my videos, I say this almost every time I use baker's twine. I always tie a knot first for these and then tie the bow, just because I think it gives me a little more stability to tie that bow. So we're going to go ahead and do that. and then I'll trim that down. I actually cut way more than I needed. And we'll cut that. Get that out of the way. So there's our first little piece, and I'm going to go ahead and attach that to the front of the card. Let's see, where did I put that? So what is everyone's plan for the next day or so? For me, it's not even going to be as cold as it is in the Midwest right now, but I'm planning to stay inside as much as I can. It's craziness. Can't believe we're at the end of January already. All right, so there's that. And then I already cut out one of our rectangle, the stitched framelits. Did you catch those in the occasions catalog? I don't know what page they're on actually, but it's a whole set of rectangle stitched frames. And what I love about this, and what you may not notice, but this actually cuts on both sides, so you get stitching around the piece that you cut out, but then you also get stitching on the side that's the part that's left behind. And another cool feature is this biggest one is sized so it will perfectly stitch the front of a card. Did you notice that? It's crazy, crazy, right? Crazy cool. So yeah, so that's kind of fun. Yeah, staying inside is going to be my plan too, for sure. It's just, although I say that and I do have to go out tomorrow, so I'll stay inside as much as I can. All right, so let's go ahead and stamp this. So now I'm going to take the little cupcake liner here, and I'm going to use my gorgeous grape ink pad. And I do think I stamped this off. I should have made a note on this, but I'm pretty sure I did. One little tip for you when you're using this, actually two little tips, and I need to find my, here it is. First tip is, with this stamp set, I found you really need something under you, like either a catalog or some sort of mat or something like that, because otherwise the stamp doesn't always fully transfer. The other thing too is when you're centering it, make sure you center just this cupcake part and not this little side part. This is a little side note. I don't know if any of you remember Linus from Peanuts, and he always had that little cloud of dirt and dust behind him. That's what that reminds me of every time I see it. So I always want to say the Linus dust, but nobody's going to get that unless I explain that to you. But this little piece right here, the actual cupcake part, is the part you want to center, not with that little Linus dust, because otherwise your frosting will fall off your page. So we're going to go ahead and, like I said, I think I stamped off. So let me stamp off. Yep, I did. And then I'm going to stamp it onto the white cardstock. And again, I'm centering just the cupcake liner and not the little Linus dust, as we call it. Now you'll know what I talk about when I say that, right? Be our little secret. Okay, now I'm going to take crumb cake ink, rather. And this little piece, which you may not have noticed in the stamp set, this little guy right here, I wasn't quite sure what it was at first, and then I figured out it layers right in here and kind of fills in those little holes, because if you were to put that frosting right on top, it wouldn't like line up right. It would kind of leave these little white triangles in there. So this is just to fill that hole, and it's basically to be the cake. So that's what that is for, in case you didn't notice. And I'm going to use the crumb cake, and I think I stamped off on this too. Maybe. Yeah, I did. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp off, and then you'll see it just nestles right inside that little cupcake liner perfectly. Just like that. I'm glad you understood what I meant, Dawn, because I wasn't sure if people would think I was crazy, but that's what it reminds me of every time I look at it. And now when you look at it, you're going to think the same thing. I love it. All right, so let's grab our Melon Mambo. Hi, Carmen. Our Melon Mambo ink. And we're going to grab the little frosting. So this one I'm going to stamp off with 2. Since the background of not the background, but the pattern paper on this card is so bright and bold, I thought I would stamp this off too. So that's why we're doing stamping off a little bit. And see, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see? Just a little bit probably. Right here, I missed half of that. That's why you need this cushion under there. Because it just, for whatever reason, oh, Pigpen, you're right, Nicole. It was Pigpen, not Linus. Oh, see, I've been calling it Linus dust. I've been wrong all along. But you're correct, it was Pigpen. So yes, I'm going to stamp that off, and I don't know why it's not. Let's try it over here. You know what I'm going to do? Just because I'm a rebel. I'm going to... Yes, Linus had his blanket. There we go. I'm going to stamp it right on there because I'm just annoyed that it won't come off on there because I don't have a cushion under it. Okay, there we go. Perfect. So there's my little cupcake. And the reason why I stamped that off is because I wanted to put the sprinkles on that. And if you have the sprinkles lined up right, they will fit perfectly right into that little cupcake. See how that works? And I'm going to go direct to the paper because I want it to be a little bit darker than the frosting. So I did that. Cute, cute, right? So then this is just going to get, I'm going to move this. This is just going to get taped down with my regular adhesive to my gorgeous grape piece here. And I don't have my grid sheets today. I left them at a class somewhere and now I can't find them. And I really miss them because that's how I always measure my pieces when I'm doing a Facebook Live. So I apologize. I don't have the measurements right on hand, but I can get them to you later. All right, so let's grab some dimensionals. And we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and let's grab another thing. 4, and then I usually throw one in the middle to prevent sagging. And then we'll peel off the backings on these. And stick that off to the side here. We're almost done with our first card. Can you believe it? And then I did grab the glitter enamel dots, which I have just a few of left. So I'm going to grab 2 of these big ones and put them on the side here. And then 1 of the little ones, I think. Whoops, got a dimensional on my sheet. Now let's use the middle size one. There we go. So here you go. That's that one, but I do want to actually stamp inside on this one. I'm going to use Sprinkled with Love because I put the sprinkles on this cupcake. So we'll go ahead and grab that. And let's see. You know what I did? I left my bucket o' blocks on the other side of the room. So I'm going to steal this off of here. Okay, so let's pick this up with this, and then we'll stamp it inside. I think I'll just use Gorgeous Grape since it's right here. We'll do full strength, and we'll just stamp that right in the middle. Perfect! Sprinkled with Love. Love it. So there's your first card. Easy peasy. What do you think? Like that one? Like I said, it's not really my usual color scheme, but I kind of like these cards. All right, let's go to the next one. The next one here, I'm not going to show it to you again. And actually, I don't think I showed the whole thing to you, so it'll be a little bit of a surprise. Not really, but kind of. All right, so I'm taking, again, this one's a side fold card, so it's 8.5 by 5.5 for my card base, folded in half. And then I'm going to do 4 by 5 1/4 for the white, and then this is 3 3/4 by 5 for the layering. Adhesive. I'm just going to attach this flat to the white, and we'll tape that down. And then we'll attach this to the crumb cake. And you know I can't do a card class without crumb cake, so here it is. There's my crumb cake. It's my favorite color, even though it's not really a color, I guess. I actually like to, there's a little pink layer that goes across here, but I like to put the bottom layer down before the strip. It just shows a little bit more of that strip. So I'm going to go ahead and, not sprinkles, they're jimmies. Yes, I actually go back and forth with sprinkles versus jimmies. But yes, I actually grew up with jimmies, not sprinkles. So I don't know why I said that. Yes, the background paper is super cute. The little candies. How fun is that? I just love it. All right, so and then I'm going to attach this right across the center. Oh, whoops. I think I cut this wrong because it was supposed to only go white to white, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to center it a little bit more because it goes to the edge of the card, so I just didn't cut it very well. Must have been drinking. I wasn't. I was doing that during the daytime, so I was not drinking. I just didn't do it right. Then we're going to take this Whisper White piece, and I'm going to, oh no. My chamois is, look at, it's all hard. I meant to soften that up and use that because it's easier, but I'll grab my Stampin' Scrub here. Spritz my Stampin' Scrub and clean my... Problem is my Stampin' Scrub needs to be cleaned too, so I'm going to have to stamp it out a little bit. Alright, so we'll stamp this to the side here, just changing the color. So now, instead of green, purple, we're going to use Crumb Cake for this one. And I'm going to go full strength right to the card. And I'm going to kind of stamp it off to the side a little bit here on purpose. So it doesn't matter where my pig pen dust is. Oh, you know what? I just used the wrong color. I'm like, why is that so dark? Flip it over. 2 sides to every paper. So we're gonna do this again. And actually, I could probably just stamp it again and get the color I want. Yep, I could have, but oh, that reminded me. I need my mat. Alright, so let's do this again. And then I'm gonna go full strength because I want Crumb Cake, not soft suede. Okay, perfect. Then we're going to do our cake. That's actually a little bit crooked, but shh, don't tell on me. The chamois is fantastic. I love my chamois. Okay, we'll do that. So there's our cake. And then just because, now I'm going to pull, actually wait, we'll do this first. I'm going to pull the soft suede back. And I'm going to take my greeting, which is Celebrate Your Day. I love the greetings in this set. And again, if you're joining us, oh no, that's right. If you're joining us late, I'm using the Hello Cupcake stamp set, which is one of the ones you can earn for free with a qualifying order during Sale-A-Bration. So yeah, I probably should have stamped that off, because can't really see that all that well, but whatever. It's just a sample, and I don't feel like cutting a new piece, so we're going to let that go. Alright, then I took a piece of scrap paper, and my other favorite color, Coastal Cabana. And, oh, I need to, what color did I use? Oh yeah, I used it in pink. I need to clean my frosting again. So let's go ahead and clean this off. Wash and dry. And like I said, this one's a little dirty. It needs to be washed. You can actually, in case you don't know this, you can actually pop these out. I don't really want to do it, but I'm going to show you how you do it. You stick some scissors into your hair and just pop these out. And you can rinse them out under the sink and then just let them dry overnight. And then you have a good as new chamois, a good as new scrub. But if you see, mine's dirty because it's coming out dirty still. But I'm just going to stamp it out a little bit because I can't find the chamois that I had that was nice and clean. So now we're going to take Coastal Cabana, and I'm going to ink that up, the frosting up with Coastal Cabana. This frosting would totally turn your mouth blue, but it would be totally worth it. The stamp set makes me want cupcakes every time I play with it because it just looks so delicious. Alright, so, and then yes, I actually fussy cut that. Because I'm mounting it on white though, I didn't get super, what's the word? Super fanatical. It's not really the word I wanted, but it'll work. I didn't get super fanatical about cutting out that top little swirl. So I'm just leaving, I like to leave about an inch around, not an inch, like a 1/8 of an inch around the image when I cut something out. Just kind of gives it that look like it was die cut. Yes, fussy fussy. I like to do a little fussy cutting once in a while. I know you do too, Tiffany. So you get it. And yes, that would have worked for that word too. So I'm not going to go all the way in there and kind of scoop that out. I'm just going to keep going here. And we'll go around like that. And then you have cute little frosting to put on your cake. So I'm going to move this. Just gives it a little bit more finesse. We're using lots of F words tonight. Not the bad F words. We're just using fussy and fanatical and what was the one I just said? See, I have no memory. Fancy. We're getting fancy. All right, I'm going to use my dimensionals and I'm going to stick that on top of here. And then I don't know if you saw her on the original because I didn't really show much of it. But I had to grab my Wink of Stella. If you don't have one of these, you totally need one. It's my favorite thing. It's so easy. It's like painting your nails, but I'm going to add some glitter without the mess. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glitter to my frosting because, you know, they do have edible glitter, which I just think is the best. So we'll see if you can, I don't know if you can see that in the video. Can you see? See that shimmer and shine? Love it. All right, now we're going to take those enamel dots again. I have a little pink one left. So I'm going to stick that one here on the cupcake. And then we'll use some dimensionals. Oh my gosh, that sparkle is insane in person, my friends. It's awesome. I love it. Do that. And then peel off the back. And then we'll have card number 2. Thanks, Reba. I love when you share. Makes me happy. All right. Here we go. Card number 2. What do you think? Any favorites yet? So we have card number 1. Ready? And card number 2. And let's move on to card number 3. All right. This one I think, well, I don't know. I shouldn't say that because I don't want to influence anyone, but I think this one's my favorite. But you guys are always really good. You tell me how it is. So you can tell me which one you like best. But let's go ahead and stamp this one. So again, I'm using, oh, I need to clean this because I used pink last time. Oh, now I can't reach it. Here we go. I'm going to use Coastal Cabana for my jimmies this time. You love the color combo on number 2. Yes, the pink and the coastal. Super fun. All right. I love anything with Coastal Cabana. I was so excited when this one came back last year because that actually retired for a while. It was an in color several years ago. And then they brought it back. So I was super, super happy. Yay! Can't wait for your set to get here on Friday. Whoop, whoop! Just a couple more days. You'll have this little cutie in your hands. So I'm going to just stamp. I was going to say sprinkle. I'm going to sprinkle these sprinkles. I'm going to sprinkle these jimmies down the side of my card. And we'll be good to go. I'm trying to just fill in the holes so I don't get any overlap, but it really doesn't matter how you do this. This part I'm not really paying attention to because I'm going to cover it. I just want the right side to have equal distribution of jimmies. So that's what I'm working on. And I didn't really stamp this very well, but we'll make it work. I'm going to fill in these little holes. If you turn the stamp around enough, it always seems to fit. Okay, I think that should be good. Then I'm going to take the pattern paper. So I'm using, so you get purple confetti on this side, and I'm going to turn it over and use the Coastal Cabana stripe. But before I do that, I knew I wanted my little cupcake to have Coastal Cabana and a little pop of purple. So I was going to do a Coastal Cabana and Gorgeous Grape cupcake. But since we were throwing in all sorts of fun bright colors, I wanted a little pop of pink. So I'm going to go ahead, and you'll see in a minute why I'm choosing to use the side of this that I'm going to use. What I love about this ribbon border punch, this is actually a punch, so you can use this on without having to jump out your, or pull out your Big Shot. But what I love about it is you can use this side, which is that fun lacy look, which I love for, like, you know, weddings and frilly girly things. But I also love this side. So if you use this side, you just get a nice little scallop edge. So I love that. It's just a little bit of a tiny, tiny scallop. And you'll see in a second why I wanted that scallop edge, because it's going to kind of go in line with another element on the card. So let's go ahead. I'm just, like I said, I'm just going to show just a tiny little bit so you get that little bit of scallop there. And then I can go ahead and attach that to the card base. Ugh, this thing's flying all over the place. So that's going to go like that. And we'll attach that here. And so now you can see that it doesn't matter that my sprinkles on that left side were all wonky, because it's not going to show. And I like having that little clean strip there. I did cut my paper a little wonky again, I swear. I don't know what I was doing when I was cutting for this, but I'm just going to trim this off. Makes it really easy now that it's attached to the card, because I can just open the card and trim. These scissors are not the best. They're all kind of sticky. All right, so there's that. We're getting there. We're building our cupcake. Okay, so next up, so see, this is where that little mini scallop came in. So I had the scallop layer here, so I wanted to copy it over here too. But first we're going to stamp our cupcake. So I should have done this one together, because I did the crumb cake one in the middle, and now I need a purple little pig pen cupcake. You guys are all going to be calling it that now. Let's see. Let's clean this off, because now it's crumb cake. So we'll switch back to the grape. And again, I'm going to stick my little mat under here, just because this particular stamp set, both the frosting and the cupcake liner, just don't like to stamp without a little bit of cushioning under there. At least mine don't. Maybe yours will be better, but this one just likes a little bit of pampering. Oh, and I want to stamp this off. I want to stamp that off. Oh, look, it worked that time. And we're going to remember, we're centering this part of the cupcake. We're not including the little pig pen dust. All right, ready? I'm going to stamp this kind of low. Get that down. Now, when I do the frosting on this one, I'm actually going to leave a space between them. And I'll explain why in a second. So we're going to grab the Coastal Cabana again. And my frosting is already Coastal Cabana from before. So I'm going to ink that up. Light tap, tap, tap. Then we're going to go straight down, straight up on our white paper. But like I said, I'm going to leave some space in between here. And you'll see why in a moment. And I didn't even bother with the cake part of this one, because we don't need it. All right, so now we're going to take the soft suede again, so the darker ink, and we'll set that aside. I cut a piece of crumb cake, and this time I'm going to use Sweet Wishes, and I'm using the soft suede on the crumb cake just because I want it to be a little bit darker than tone on tone. So we will go ahead and put that down right in the middle. Okay, set that aside. I'm going to go ahead and tape my white cupcake piece here together. And you're going to be saying, Jen, what are you doing? You got a big hole in your cupcake. Your frosting is flying. Sorry, I'm going to fix it. Okay, attach that there. Now I'm going to do some banner ends on this. And actually, I'll show you, no, I'll actually don't, because I don't have it near mine. Never mind. Don't listen to me. I'm going to just do this little trick here. We're going to slit in the middle here. And then go from corner to that center. And then corner to center. And get a nice little banner piece there. All right. Slit in the middle. And then corner to center. And corner to center. All right, now we're going to put that right in the middle. Now do you see why I left my little space? So we're going to grab some dimensionals. So where did I put the one that has, oh, there. It's amazing how messy my desk gets with just 3 little projects that are already planned. So I'm going to put a couple of dimensionals here. Hopefully I didn't put those too far apart. Whoop. Put that back here. Okay. And then I'm going to grab some more dimensionals. And I'm going to just add those here. Attach that to the front of the card. Okay. I'll kind of put that in the middle. Like so. And then my last little step, I just wanted one more little element. We're going to take our little cake topper here. It's supposed to just be stamped on top here, like that. But, you know, I like to not stamp fully. Just kidding. There we go. I'm going to take that little heart and I'm going to fussy cut it. This time I'm actually not going to leave white space. I'm just going to cut it right along the line. And yeah, this is kind of a little bit fussy, but I love to fussy cut, so. Although I have to say, I've been noticing tonight that my eyes, they're just not hanging with me anymore. I was trying to color earlier, and my eyes were going all bonkers. So I have to keep resting. It's too much screen time. I think we spend too much time looking at computers and phones that my eye just goes crazy. I don't think I have, whatchamacallit, glue dots handy because they're all packed for my team meeting tomorrow. So I'm going to try and do this with my regular adhesive. Don't try this at home because now I got adhesive all over here. So I know I'm going to stick a project to it, but that's okay. I like to live on the edge. We're going to go ahead and put that little heart down. And then you have your finished card. So there we go. We have 3. So which one was your favorite? Ready? Let me go backwards. 1, 2. Look at the shine. I kind of like this one a lot too. And then 3. There's number 3. So what do you think? 1, 2, or 3? Which one's your favorite? I would love to know. As I said, if you like this video, please, please, please share it. I would love to share stamping with some more people. And if you would like to stamp along with me next month for next month's live workshop, it'll be the last Wednesday of the month, February 27th. We'll be featuring the little frog set. You can go ahead and place an order by tomorrow afternoon, or tomorrow, anytime tomorrow, by the end of the day on the 31st, and use the host code NR92PDYJ, and we'll feature this stamp set next month. And if you order with that code, you will receive the card kits to stamp along with me next month for free. So I'll send you all the pre-cut supplies, and I will send you a little supply list of what you'll need to gather before the live workshop. And then you'll be able to stamp with me. And this is one of the cards we'll be doing. So we're going to be using this balmy blue color, the lemon lime twist, and some of that gingham gala paper, which is awesome. It's currently not available. It's back ordered at the moment, but it's coming into stock, a whole bunch of them, very soon. So we should have plenty for our little class at the end of next month. So again, if you want to get the little kits, so we'll make 3 projects featuring this froggy stamp set next month. Just make sure you place that order by tomorrow, the end of the day tomorrow, with that host code. Unless your order is over $150, then do not use the host code because you'll get rewards, and I want you to have those, not me. So I would love to be able to stamp with you next month. We're going to do this every Wednesday, and the first 3 Wednesdays of the month, or 4, depending on if it's 5 weeks or 4 weeks, but generally the first 3 Wednesdays of the week we'll do 8 o'clock Facebook Live. It'll be a quick project. I'll show you something fun and simple. And then on the last Wednesday of the month, we'll do a class. And next month, I will be sending supplies. So this little guy can be in your inbox or in your mailbox for next month. And Lori, will I have the supply list? Yes, I will. So for those of you that actually placed the order with me with this host code or placed an order of $150 or more during January, I will go ahead and send you the supply list once I've finished creating all of the cards. This is one of 3, and it may be projects, it may be cards, but whatever the projects are, I will send you all the supplies that I use and the the supplies you'll need to gather together in time to stamp with me next month. So hopefully that will help. Does the old Cupcake punch work with the stamp set? Unfortunately, I do not think so. The old Cupcake set was a little bit smaller. You might be able to still use it, and it would just not have the swirlies. It would probably just cut out smaller little Cupcake. It was a tinier one, so it wasn't quite as big as this one. But you could certainly stamp it all together and then punch it out, and it would still give you the 3 colors, I think. But you could try it, but it won't match exactly, for sure. Yeah. Good question, though. I'm so happy that you still have that one. That was really fun. Okay. Awesome. I think that's it for tonight. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And hopefully I will see you next month. And actually, like I said, I'll see you next week because I'll be back next Wednesday at 8 o'clock for another quick and easy, simple stamping project. And then we'll be back at the end of February, on February 27th, with the cute little frogs for our little frog kits. So let me know if you have any questions. You can send me a direct message or always email me at jenpitta@comcast.net. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good night. Bye.